Namaste, welcome to Sitapragna channel. You are watching chapter 2, episode 1 of Beginners Apache Spark Masterclass course. We finished chapter 1, which was about data engineering and introduction to Spark. I hope you watched all the videos. I hope you liked them. And I also hope you did all the quiz questions as well as the interview questions. If not, please go ahead and do so. I highly recommend you to do that. For each and every video, do the quizzes before you moving on to the next video. See, my goal by the time you finish watching or finishing this course is to make you a successful um, data engineer in Spark or with Spark and other tools. If you want to become that, then you have to follow what I tell you to follow. Okay, that being said, this section or this chapter is going to be full on hands on. We are going to set up a bunch of tools, not just Apache Spark. To name some, we are going to start setting up Apache Spark on Ubuntu as well as Windows, and we are going to install prerequisites which were Java and Python. Python we are going to have it through Anaconda. Anaconda also gives us access to Jupyter, which is a notebook tool where we can execute our Python commands. So we are going to do that setup in this video. In episode 1, we are going to set up Spark on both Ubuntu, which is the Linux operating system, as well as Windows. So let's start with Ubuntu. All the download links and commands that I'm going to use during this setup, I will provide you it uh, in the description, so that if you want, you can type along while you are watching this video. Otherwise, you can just copy paste those URLs. Oh, that being said, let's start by directly going to first, going to, I would say, VirtualBox, because that's where we are going to install our Linux operating system. So we go there and we click on Windows host, and then you can save it. I already downloaded it, but do that by going here. That's your first step. And at the same time, let's also download Ubuntu, because by the time we set up that, this will be downloaded. So you go to this link again. I will provide you these links. Don't worry about it. So we will go with LTS and click on download. Okay, then it will start downloading, which I don't want, but you got the idea. Now let's go to our installation of VirtualBox wherever you downloaded it, and it's a simple installation. Just click yes and click no, yes, or next. It will install it successfully. I already installed it, so I won't show you, but just click next. No changes whatsoever. Then you will have your VirtualBox. Let me open the VirtualBox. Once you install, it will open it like something like this. And assuming that you already downloaded your Ubuntu, all you have to do is click new, and I'm going to name it Ubuntu Spark. You can name it whatever you want. And the downloaded ISO image, I'm going to select it from my downloads folder, and it automatically picked it up as Linux Ubuntu 64. I'm fine with that. And this is going to be attended installation, so I will uncheck this one, and then click on the virtual hardware. I am going to give it a base memory of at least 10 gig, something like that. And then I will give it at least 6, depending on your resources on your laptop, pick it. And by the way, if you think you don't have enough resources on your laptop, don't worry about it. If you are interested, if many people ask, request, then I might show you how to set this up on AWS or Google or Azure, because you will when you enroll initially into those cloud providers, you will get free access. Google gives you $300. AWS gives you free machines, so you can use those credits and spin up a nice cluster. I would say Google, because if you spin up a server with 8 GB RAM and 4 CPUs on Google, it will charge you around $50 per month. And since it is giving $300, you can use those against it. And anyways, you're not going to run 50, sorry, uh, per a month continuously 24/7, right? So it will be way less than that. If you guys don't have enough memory and CPUs on your laptop, let me know. I will make that video so that you can set up your Spark environment there. And then virtual hard drive, give it at least 100 GB, because we are going to install a bunch of tools and it will take maybe not 100, it won't take maybe 100, but safe side I will give 100. So once you have that, then it is going to show something like this, and once you click start, it will start uh, installing. I mean, it won't immediately install it, it will at least give us the option to install it. So let's give it a minute. And okay, here we go. So what are we trying to do? We are trying to, let's see, don't show me. We are sorry, we are trying to install. No, don't select any other, click on try or install. Okay, now it will take us into Ubuntu and it will ask, do you want to try or do you want to install? And we will say we want to install. What does try give you? Well, it won't install it, and still you can go and access Ubuntu operating system. But for our use case, that's not what we will do. We will install it because I want to do a lot of things in it. So let's install it. It doesn't take much time. Maybe 10 minutes, we will be done with it. All right, let's give it 10 minutes. It's going to take a couple of minutes for you to for it to give us options. Okay, just give it a couple of minutes. That's what it did for me. Okay, install it. Okay, English, next, next, next. I'm going to install, not try. So next, I will have interactive. Default is fine for me, and I'm going to install this for graphics and Wi-Fi. Next. And that's fine with me. Click next, and I'm going to give it a name. Okay, and I don't want password while logging in, so that's it. Next, install. So give it a couple of minutes, I will come back. All right, once the installation is done, just restart it and then you're going to see the screen. So let's go here, select this, so remove that. I guess that's what it is asking. Let's enter, hit enter. Then it's going to restart the operating system. And if everything goes well, then you should see the login screen in a minute. It took about 10 minutes for the installation. I guess it depends on the amount of resources you assigned to the guest OS. All right. Since I selected it not to ask me password, it didn't ask me. Click next. Skip for now. I don't want to share. Next. Finish it. but I don't like this small window, so let's try to increase it. Usually we need to install, there will be something called guest additions, but for some reason it's not showing up. That's okay. Maybe I have to download it separately, but for now what I will do is go here, select that, select this, and how about this? And I will increase the font so that you guys can see it better. I think this should be fine. Okay, so that's about Ubuntu. What did we do? We installed Ubuntu successfully on whether it is Mac or Windows, doesn't matter. You just download VirtualBox and you repeat the process, same process. Now, once we have that, we are going to set up the prerequisites. What are the prerequisites for installing Spark? First thing is Java. You need to have Java 8 or higher, and Python 3, and the Apache Spark itself. For Java, what we are going to do is before we download Java, let's check if Java is actually installed here. That you can do by typing Java version, and it says you don't have it. If you want to install, these are the versions you can install. I'm not going to install any of that yet, but let's do some installations before install Java so that we will keep the repositories up to date. So one of them you have to run, one of the command that you have to run is this. Okay, so let's run that, and you need to enter your password. It will try to install it, and once that is done, we are going to just update the apt-get. Once this is installed, Control L to clear the logs on the screen. Sudo apt update. Okay. Okay, done. Now we are going to install Java, and this is going to be very easy. Open JDK. I'm going to install 17 version. And yes. I think depending on your speed, I guess, internet speed, it will install it. Okay, now let's check back if it installed Java or not. And successfully, you can see it will show you the Java version 17 installed. Now at the same time, let's check Python if it is already there. It says it's not there, but usually what I have seen is it will have Python 3 installed. And yes, it is installed 3.12.3, but we want to have, we can create a link that points it to Python, but we want to install Anaconda anyways, and Python comes with it. So let's do that. And in order to install Anaconda, we need to download it first. And this is where you go to download it, or you just can search download Anaconda. Go here and just type success. Let's go to Linux and click on the first one. It's about 1 GB, so it is going to take some time. And in the meantime, we can do another thing as well. Let's download Apache Spark. Okay, click on this, or you can go to the URL. I will put it in the document or description that you will get anyways. So I'm not going to install 4. I will go with this and click on this. Then select one of this. Okay, if that is okay. It started. Okay, my Anaconda is ready, and Spark is also downloading successfully. Let me close. Okay, done. Now let's come back here, and those files are where they are in downloads, and I can list them like this. As you can see, both are there. In order to install Anaconda, this is what you will do. Bash Anaconda, that shell script file. Enter. My bad. Press enter to continue. Yes, I accept the license terms. So type yes. And if you want to change the directory it is suggesting to install, go ahead and change it, but I'm fine with this. Usually you will install it in OPT or somewhere, but I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this. Okay, that's it. It installed Anaconda. Now if I run the Python command, I should see, I still don't see it because I need to restart my terminal. So let's go there, terminal, because it updated couple of things in my bash.rc file. So you can issue source.bash rc file. It would have brought in those changes, but that's fine. I am going to do this. Now you can see the version. The previous Python version I had on my Ubuntu was 3.12, but Anaconda came with 3.13. That's fine with me. Okay, so far good. Okay, now again let's go to downloads because we have our Spark. Now let's unzip this since it's TGZ, it's a tar zipped. So let's use tar to unzip it. Just type that command, it will unzip it. That's it. It did it, right? So if I list, I should see that folder. I'm going to move this folder to some other place, my home directory. You can, how do you give your home directory? That I guess is it tilde or epsilon, whatever it is that. Now, if you don't know how to see which directory you are in, you can issue PWD, present working directory. It will show you that. And to see this got moved successfully to your home directory, you can issue CD. It will take you to your home directory, as you can see. Now I will list all the files in there. And as you can see, I have my Spark directory successfully moved there. Now to see if I can successfully run my Spark, to see everything that I installed is set up correctly, like Java and Python and etc. I'm going to go run couple of commands. These are simple. This just checks if everything is good or not. So I'm going to run PySpark first. And there you go. The PySpark successfully, the command line successfully opened. And when we typed SC, the Spark context, it showed us the Spark context. So that tells you that whatever we set up is good. If you want, you can run a couple of commands, that's fine, but I'm not going to do that. So Control D will exit it. Now I want to check Spark shell as well. That is, PySpark is Python, right? Spark shell is Scala. Okay. Now let's type the same thing. It returned it successfully. So this tells you that whatever setup we did is working. Now this is not the end because we have to do some configuration changes. We need to set up Spark Home and etc. so that when you try to run, you don't have to give the right now what I did, I went into the Spark home directory and then I went and hit bin/PySpark whatnot. You don't want to do that every time you do it. Instead, you will put Spark home in the path variable of Ubuntu. Similarly, when we install Windows, even in Windows, we create environment variables and we would put it in the path. Whatever paths you put it in the path variable, it will get loaded every time you log into this profile. So it will search. If I hit PySpark, it will search in all the paths that I put under path variable, and it will find it and execute it. That's basically how you do it. So you set up these variables, then you add them to the path. Now I will go a step ahead, and what I will do is, we'll do that. That's good. But when you hit PySpark, instead of the shell that you have seen or command line prompt you have seen, instead I want it to open Jupyter so that I can execute my commands in the Jupyter Notebook. So how do I do it? Let's see that. As I mentioned, every time you log into your session, a file called .bashrc gets executed, so that all the variables inside it get executed. So we are going to add some content to it, but I don't want to do it from the command line. Instead, I will do it from the GUI. In the home, you should see the bashrc, but here you don't, because it's a hidden file. And if you want to show, click show hidden files. Now you can see all the hidden files. So this is the file I'm talking about. Open with text editor. So all the commands that you see here gets executed whenever you log in. Now, where I want to add it, I will add it here. What do I want to add it? I want to create a function. So instead of me calling each and every command that I will put under this function, all I have to do is call this particular function, and it will automatically call all the commands that are under this. And what are the commands that I wouldn't say commands, they are just a couple of variables that I'm going to use. Okay, one of them is Spark Home, which you should have wherever you have placed your Spark directory, and I placed it in here. What was it? It's Spark 3.5.6 / bin / Hadoop 3. You can rename that folder and change it accordingly however you want, but I'm fine with this. PySpark Python. We are telling it what is the version of the Python we are using. And we are going to tell one more thing, driver. So we are going to tell it that when I type PySpark, what is it that I want to open? So we are telling Jupyter. If you have Zeppelin or something, I guess you can do that as well. But right now I'm going to do that. And I'm telling it's not driver, it's actually wrong. PySpark driver, then Python. That is the name you should give. Python. Yeah, okay, I spelled it correct. And I'm going to give Python OPT or options. And I'm going to say notebook, Jupyter Notebook. Finally, I'm going to actually call the PySpark command that we earlier called. So how am I going to do that? Where is my PySpark command? It's in the Spark home / bin / PySpark. That's it. And save it. Come back, and if you run PySpark, it won't do anything, or it won't open the notebook, because either you have to close this terminal and reopen it, then it will, or you can source whatever changes you made in the bash RC into your current session by doing this. Okay, I think I am not there. Okay, go to your home directory. Yes, I am in my home directory. Now source it. Whatever changes you did will be brought into this session by doing that. Now all you have to do is Spark notebook. Just type Spark, it will give you, and enter. Now it will run all those commands. So it ran PySpark, and then it figured it out. I'm asking it to open Jupyter. So it opened Jupyter for me successfully. Now if I create a notebook here of Python, so go here, pick Python. Now it opens this. We'll talk about this later, but let's type the SC that we wrote in the command line as well, to see if you are able to call Spark jobs from here or not. And successfully you can see the Spark contest being displayed when you type SC. So what can you confirm by this? You can confirm that we have successfully installed Java, we have successfully installed Anaconda, we have successfully installed Spark, and we have successfully installed Jupyter. And not just installation, we verified that these are working successfully. All right, so this is all good. So what's next? Well, this is the Ubuntu part of all this. Now let's repeat the same setup on Windows. Windows, it is going to be much faster. So let's download, what are we downloading? Anaconda. So go there. I'm not sure if I already downloaded it or not, but let's see. I assume I might have. So now we'll go to Windows and click on that. Do I already have it? I don't. So let's save it. What else we need? Download Apache Spark. Same thing. Click on it. Click on it. Save it. Okay. So we have both the things that we need, and we would need one more thing as well. Maybe you forgot. I didn't. And can you remember what it is? Yeah, it's the Java. All right. So before doing that, let's go ahead and run Anaconda from here. Click next. I agree. Just me. Install. Just add this. Not recommended. Okay. This is recommended. Register as my default Python. That's fine. Recommended. Let's click on those. That's fine. So once we install Anaconda, Anaconda is going to come with its own Anaconda prompt for Windows at least. If you are installing this on Mac, then you can go to terminal and directly execute commands. So let's give this a minute. And before, instead of waiting for that, let's go ahead and download Java as well. And this is where you will download the Java from. And I'm going to install JDK 24. It doesn't matter whether it is 24 or 17. So let's install that and let's click on this. Save it. Okay. Well, let me see if I can install multiple things at the same time. Oh, maybe I can. Next, next. Okay, we are good. Let's close it. Now, similar to uh, Ubuntu, you can go ahead and issue Java version. And as you can see, it's successful. We should have done it before, but it's okay. It shows you it got installed successfully. So when you run this, it should show that. And let's see Python. Okay, it's not recognized. Okay, it's not there, as you can see. Okay, it's still setting up. Not sure why Anaconda is taking forever. So in the meantime, let's do this. Let's unzip our Hadoop that we downloaded. So let's go here, unzip it. You can copy it anywhere you want, but I'm going to do it here. Okay. How do I go there? Okay, let's click on this. Okay, let's go here. Let's paste it here. And if you want, you can rename it to whatever you want. You can just rename it to Spark. But yeah, I will leave it as is. Or, let's keep it short and let's call it this Spark 356. Now let's go here. It's still installing it. All right. Anaconda installation is done. Let's click next. Next. I don't want this. I don't want this either. Let's click finish. Now, after we install Anaconda, let's verify the installation from Anaconda prompt. So that you can get by searching for Anaconda, not the film. Okay, as you can see, it is in the apps. Click on that Anaconda prompt. And how are you going to verify it? By hitting a command called conda info. Okay, what does this do? This command, it prints your Anaconda and Python details, your base environment, and much more. As you can see, all of those here, right? Base, it can say active environment, which is the name itself is base. You can create others, and it will show you the what is the Conda version, what is the Python version, what not. Okay, what did it do? It queried your Conda installation details. You can see your active environment, Conda version, Python version, and directories. So if everything's installed correctly, this is how your output should look like. If for quick reference, you can search for Conda cheat sheet and the official docs that are available online in case if you are interested on what are all the commands. You might be asking, why do you need Conda environments? I mean, I installed Python. Isn't that enough? Why do you need Anaconda, or why do you need this environments thing that is talking about like base environment? Why do you need different environments? Well, that lies with the fact that when you work real time in a company, different projects, you will work on different projects, they would need different Python and package versions. One project might be on the current version and maybe there is a new version that you want to test, so you would need a new environment. You can test it on the, you cannot just go and update your Python version and test it, right? Then that will affect the current production applications. So running a program built for one version on another, it can break due to dependency changes. So virtual environments solve this by isolating packages per project. With Anaconda, you can create multiple environments and switch between them safely. That's where these environments. Then you are like, okay, that makes sense, but how do I create them? Let me show you the syntax for how to create it. So you will go to Conda and then create, correct? And then you are going to issue the command name, and you can give any name you want. Spark and Python, you can mention the version, and we are using this, so I will go with that. Okay, as you can see, three times whatever it says, and it is trying to create the package metadata, whatnot. If you want to see what are the environments that are available, there is a command for that as well, which you will see in a minute. Now you can see it is telling it is going to install those new packages. Are you okay with it? So whenever you see something like this in bracket, by default it takes that if you just hit enter. So it is installing all of those tools for us. And once it installs, let's go and check what are the environments that are available on this particular computer. How do you do that? You have a command called conda env list. It's as simple as that. When you execute, when you run that particular command, it will show you all the environments that are there. But you see the asterisk here that shows which one is activated now, and you can also see it here. What if I want to activate my new one though? Well, that's where this activate command comes into picture. You will do conda activate, and then you will give your not that Spark env, but that is my environment name. Actually, it even listed it here. You can see that, right? So let's enter. So it activated it, and how do you know? You can see your environment changed here. And if I do the list again, it will show the star or asterisk for the Spark env. Cool. So what did we do? We set up Anaconda, and then we created our virtual environment inside Conda. Now let's go to our Spark. We already downloaded it, unzipped it, and here we are. So if I open this, there is another zip. So we didn't zip it properly. So let's go ahead and unzip it here. Now you see this folder. I don't want that. I want all these in the main directory. So let me copy paste it here, and let me go ahead and delete these two. Okay, so in your main folder, you should have all these files and folders successful. Got it? And we also installed Java. So we already verified that, and we can now, you can close the Conda prompt. This one, let me close and reopen it. And if I hit Python // version, it should show. Maybe this is not the right way to do it. Oh, it's not, still not giving me from here directly for some reason. Maybe only through Anaconda it will. Maybe it didn't add it in the path. That's fine. If you want something like that, we can add it to the path and make it give. As I said, now right now it is not recognizing these two commands because it checked whatever is in the path variable, and it looks like uh, Python bin is not in it, so it couldn't. Basically, that's what this does. Okay, that's okay for us. Now we have Spark, but if I come here and type PySpark, do you think it will run it? It won't, because I have to put the Spark home directory in the path. That's how the path will know, or at least when I run the PySpark, it will go search the folder of the Spark home directory, and then it will give me that. But before doing that, for Windows, there is another extra step you have to do. And if you're asking what is that extra step and why, well, you have to create a directory inside your Spark folder. You can do it from here, or you can go into the Conda prompt and you can do it from there as well, but I will do it from here. Create a folder called Hadoop, and then inside this create another folder called bin. Okay, I created it. What now? Then you have to place a file inside this which is called winutils.exe. If you don't put this file, then when you try to run your Spark, it will fail with an error saying fail to locate the winutils binary in the Hadoop binary path, or you might run into problems when using Spark Submit. So let's just download it, and you can download it from this particular link. I mean, there are other places to download it from, but I am going to do it right from here. And just download. And I will directly place it home Spark Hadoop bin. File name is WinUtils application. That's fine. Save it. Now, if I go here, you should see that file being placed in the Hadoop bin in the Spark directory. Okay, awesome. Now let's go ahead and create our environment variables. What environment variables we need to create? Environment variables. Click on that. I already have couple of them created here, right? But I am going to change them because I have these files in a different directory now. So I have to change that. These are all users. These are for this user. So let me go ahead and create them in this user in general. Okay. So I don't want to put them in the all others. So what am I going to give it? I'm going to give it Spark Home, and I can browse for it. And this is going to be my folder. So browse directory, I can do all that, but I'm going to copy paste from here. And you need to only give till the folder. That's all it needs. You can, or it's fine. That's fine. It doesn't matter. So that's my Spark Home. And the next one I'm going to create is Hadoop Home. And this is going to be my Hadoop directory that I created. So let's give it that. And what else I need? I need Java Home as well. And this is going to be something tricky. So I will just give it this and browse. Okay, it's not listing it. So let me browse to it. Go here and program files. I'm doing it on my other screen. So just give it a minute. Okay, so this is where my Java is installed. It might be different for you, but you need to browse until you go to the bin. Don't give the bin, you don't need it. So that's the home for Java. What else? We are going to create one variable for this, and it's going to be localhost. Click OK. And what else? Then we are going to add certain things to the path. And what are we going to add to the path? Click new. It's going to be, you can either give something like this, Spark Home slash bin. So it's going to, or maybe something like this. So it's going to take the Spark Home from here, and then it is going to search the bin. So let's click OK. 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 So we did that. Let's go to the, all right. What am I doing? Anaconda prompt. Okay, here we are. Now let me try to do the PySpark. If everything we set up is correct, it should open the PySpark command, but it is saying it didn't. There might be a reason. The reason might be our environment variables did not work properly. All right, I have to do many things behind the scenes, but here we go. I had junk, not junk, but old variables in the system, so I cleaned it up. What you would have to do is have Hadoop home to your Hadoop directory that you created. And one thing that I noticed is Java JDK24 is not going to work with this one. It failed for me immediately. So what I did is I installed Java 17 that you can download from the same website that we had earlier. Let me go to here. So we had the previous website, right? Previously, if I go back, yeah, we were here, Java download. Then there is a folder Java archive. Scroll down, click on 17. I clicked on this. Then it took here. Then click on Windows installer, this one. It will ask you to log into Oracle account. If you don't have, you have to create it. There is no other option. Install it. All right. Assuming you installed it, you need to create Java home pointing to that. and then assuming you already have Spark Home, then this one, and in the path you need to add the Spark bin directory, Hadoop bin directory, and Java bin directory. You need to add all these three, and pretty much that's it. Once you add them, let's go to Anaconda prompt, and let's activate our environment that we created. Activate Spark env, and all you need to do is hit PySpark. If everything works fine, it should show. Previously with Java 24, Python PySpark was running, but it failed before it came here. So if I type sc, it should give me this. Got it? So now we have our Spark up and running finally after 15 minutes, not too much time. But don't miss to set those up. If you miss to set those environment variables up, then that's about it. You won't be able to execute uh, this from here. And we haven't linked um, Jupyter to PySpark here. That we will do in some other time, or let's see. Let's finish and let's do it here. Why wait for it? Okay, so let's try opening Jupyter Notebook. Normally, if you do Jupyter Notebook from here, it should open. Okay, and click always, and it opened it here. And if I click new, remember what we did in Ubuntu, and we typed sc. And here, if you see, it's empty. It's not executing, or it is not giving me a result of my Spark context, which means it's unable to recognize PySpark at all. So if I run this, it is throwing me an error. Why? Because this is not Linux. It's going to be some setup we need. That's one thing. Another thing is, let me close this. Let me close this as well. Another thing is, that was I don't know if you noticed it or not. I ran the Jupyter Notebook in base, but usually I would be switching to my other environment. Now, if I run the same command I ran before, it says it doesn't recognize it because in this environment it didn't install it, right? So let's try to install it maybe by doing this. I don't know if with Conda install, or do I have to do a pip install. I have no clue. Let's try this. Okay, so it's installing it in that environment. There is a difference, remember? Each environment might have different set of tools. That's why my base was able to run the Jupyter without any issue, whereas my Spark env that I created couldn't because there was no Jupyter installed in that environment. Okay, now this should solve our problem of Jupyter getting triggered when you type Jupyter Notebook from my Spark environment. But that won't solve us our other problem. What is our other problem? Spark being able to be recognized in my Jupyter Notebook. Let's see how we can solve that. And there is a solution for that as well. Okay. Now, if I type Jupyter Notebook, it should be able to open it. Okay. It opened it in my window here. I'm going to cancel it anyways. Now, how do we solve the problem of Jupyter recognizing my Spark? There is a tool called Find Spark. I don't know if I can install it using Conda. Let's try that. Hmm. Let's see if it can find it. Okay, it said it cannot find it. So let's do this. I don't know if I can run pip from here. Okay, it did. It successfully installed it. So now let's try the Jupyter command again. And let's try that command one more. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do one thing. We need to import find Spark and find Spark. I forgot this. Usually, that's why, I don't use Windows, so you don't have to do this. Run that. And once you run that, the next command you are going to try is import PySpark. Okay. And then let's just say from PySpark.sql import Spark session. Let's try this. Let's see if it works. Did I make a mistake? Oh, sorry. 1 hour, not 2 hour. And it ran successfully, right? I just downloaded a file, so let's read that file just to test this one. So, spark.read.csv, and let's give the file, and the file is called industry.csv, and to show what is in it in the data frame, let's run that. Oh, sorry, I didn't run this. I think let's try this one double. Not sure if I think it's the path. Okay, and as you can see, it listed, but I don't know. Let's see what is in the file. If it has column names and all, we can do all that stuff as well. Oh, it only had one column. Never mind. It only had one column and this. And if you don't want that to be truncated, you can give truncate false. It will show everything. So this at least making sure that we are able to import PySpark. Okay, it's not as simple as Linux where we pointed it to Jupyter and it was able to. Maybe there is a setting like that. Uh, but yeah, right now you can use Find Spark to have Jupyter recognize Spark, and that's about it. I know it took some time, but we are here. We successfully installed Anaconda, Java, Ubuntu, Spark on both Linux as well as Windows. I hope you enjoyed it, and trust me, we are going to have more fun in coming videos. And if you have any issues whatsoever, whatever those issues are, what you can do is leave a comment. Otherwise, if too many people are having issues, then we can schedule, Teams meeting, and then I can help you guys sort your issues out. So let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Peace out. Love you all.